I like when you're laying down in your bustier. I like you on your back in a shirt with your chest fully exposed. You think I could touch your leg?
No,
Just kidding. I'll pass on that.
But did you want to see me naked?
I'm very anxious to meet Tracy Hampton, who is in this month's Playboy. She is naked as a jaybird. Gary says very attractive in person. Very attractive. Very sexy, he says.
Sexy?
Yeah, he gives me a report before they come in, so I dialed myself up. I had Ralph come fix my hair and everything.
Oh, okay.
Nice, sexy, young black woman on the move. Former stewardess, right now?
Airline attendant.
Sorry. Is that wrong to say, airline attendant?
Stewardess is an old term.
Oh, is it like saying Polak instead of Polish American?
Yes.
Ah, I see.
It's politically incorrect.
Had no idea. I still think Polak is acceptable. Yes, come on in. Tracy, let me look at you. Don't sit so fast. Ooh, very nice little package. Very nice. OJ must have been looking you over during the trial. Am I correct? Oh, yes. I say you're not guilty. You are innocent.
Okay, before we start,
Beautiful.
I have something for you.
Really?
Boxing gloves, just in case things get a little bit out of hand.
Baby, you have nothing to worry about. You are a very beautiful, sensitive woman. You need to be handled with not boxing gloves, but kid gloves. Yes, I'm such a charmer. How are you, Tracy?
Oh, I'm just fine, thanks. Thank you.
Let me soak you in. I've been looking at you naked. Now I can see that you're not airbrushed. You got a nice body.
Thank you very much.
You know, on TV, I don't know. I was watching on some of the TV stuff.
Yeah?
I was thinking like maybe they airbrushed you or something.
No, they didn't. Everything, that's me.
That's
What
you?
see, yes.
And you have real breasts, I can tell, because you, well, you do have real breasts.
Yes, they are mine.
Yeah, and I would say they are a B cup, C cup?
Yeah.
B or a C. I was close. This is more difficult than being on the jury. So I know why you couldn't take that jury. Let me give you my supposition.
Okay.
Because the first time we really became aware of you was when they dragged you out on a stretcher from the OJ jury because you couldn't take the idiocy of that jury room. I know it. You have some intelligence. That's the problem. Was the room filled with retards? Is that the problem?
Well, being sequestered, it was really hard for me, and just the confinement and everything, and that just brought out that just brought the worst out of everyone, and that's
it did, right? And
yeah.
being,
What the heck were they doing?
well, being so attractive, were some of the men coming on to you?
Yeah, yes, there was one in particular that did.
I bet you were sexually...
One of the jurors?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Look out!
This is juicy.
Yeah, this is cool. Well, here, let me take you back. Wait a second. Let's work our way all the way up to the Playboy pictures, okay?
Okay.
Let's do this.
All right.
And then maybe we can all get naked and make out a little bit. That would be very relaxing. So anyway, here you were an airline
flight attendant.
flight attendant.
Yeah, right.
Is stewardess a bad word?
Stewardess, I like that, but that's like the old
That's the old way?
term.
Yeah,
that
you're
they
showing
used,
your
yeah.
age when you say
Oh, really? All right. In-flight attendant. So you're doing that, and you probably hate that, because that's just being a waitress, which sucks, right?
Well, no, it's not being a waitress. Being a flight attendant is a little more. We're there more for safety than we are to serve people.
Really?
Yes.
It seems to me like, it's mostly getting peanuts and cocktails and stuff. And, you know what I mean?
No, there's much more to it than that.
Now, I'm sure when a beautiful bundle like you is flying in the air, a lot of men look you over in that little flight uniform. Is that true?
They do.
They do, yeah. Oh, I can see that. Yes. And, did you grow up in the ghetto or something, like a poor black neighborhood?
No, I didn't.
You were, middle class?
Yes.
Okay, so you go to airline school, and you become this, in-flight attendant and everything, and then one day...
What in-flight? Flight attendant.
Whatever it's called. I don't know, it's a stewardess to me. Yeah.
Flight attendant, got it?
Did you ever have any weird experiences on the plane, like a guy getting up and doing a number 2 on a serving cart or anything like that? Did you read about that?
I did hear about that.
What would you have done if a guy started, making duty all over the serving cart?
I don't know what I would have done in that situation.
See, it's a good thing you got out of the business.
Yeah, you got out just in time.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm still a flight attendant.
Oh, are you really?
Yes, I am.
What airline?
I don't want to say.
Oh, really? Well, let me tell you something. I was on a flight once where a guy actually got up and went and made duty on the cart.
no.
Yes, and the stewardess handed me a clothespin. That was her job during it. So that's what you do, just in case you want to know. You pass out clothespins. All right. So, okay. So then, had you did you get called for jury duty, or were you one of the people who volunteered to come down?
I got called. I got a summons in the mail.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
So a lot of the people who sat on the jury were like kooks who ran down there the second they heard there was going to be an OJ trial, right?
Well, I don't know about that. I thought everyone got noticed.
Yeah, Howard. People just didn't walk through the door.
Really? Don't you remember there were thousands of people online at the beginning of the OJ trial who wanted to be jurors?
What happened was a lot of people were called. They called a whole bunch of people because they knew they were going to have to go through a large pool.
Gee, no one explained that to me.
But a lot of people were anxious to serve. Yes.
I see. All right. So were you saying to yourself, hey, this will be cool if I get on the OJ jury because, you know, who the hell knows where it'll take me?
No, I didn't say that. When I got my summons, I didn't know it was going to be for this particular jury.
Right.
And the reason why I decided to mail my summons in is because I had never been on a jury before, and I thought I'd learned a lot about the law, and I thought it would be a good idea.
Right. It'd be kind of cool to do it. And plus, you work for the airline, and what the hell? They can't stop you from...
Stay home for a little while.
Yeah, right. You stay home for a while. You don't have to get up in that plane. Weren't you nervous going up in planes all the time?
No, I love it. I've been doing it for almost... This will be my 6th year.
And you don't have any fear of, like, it crashing and everything?
No, I never think about that.
You don't?
No.
I don't know. I figure your odds are pretty low when you keep going up every day in different planes, right?
Yeah, it's likely to happen now.
Right.
Your time is coming.
Yeah. Well, anyway, but you've been lucky. So... Believe me, I would think it's more dangerous being alone in a room with OJ than being up in a plane. Is that true? Look out! And would OJ look you over and stuff? Would he? Good. Would you show cleavage and everything? So you go down for jury duty, and to make a long story short, you end up being selected
Yes.
as a juror. Mm-hmm. Now, I feel, while you're sitting there on that jury, as you have said, you were there for about 4 months.
Yes, from January 11th to May 1st.
And it's boring as hell, right? I mean, you just, every day, you go to the trial, and then when they're arguing and stuff, you don't know what's going on.
Exactly.
And you have to sit there with those retards and sit and have conversation with them because they become your only friends. Am I correct?
It was boring.
It was boring.
It was kind of boring.
So
Well, you were there when everybody was fighting over the TV and those stupid videos that they
Now, what about
got
that?
to
whole
watch.
stage. Well,
So did you have to hang around with the blacks or the whites, or was there a separation, like between whites and blacks?
well, when we were first sequestered, we were kind of separated, but once we kind of got to know each other, we got in our little cliques. Our little,
And which clique were you in?
And,
You must have been in the cool clique. I'd like to be in your
watch
clique.
first, the good movies first.
You know what, man? I'd be like, oh my God, look at that. There's a really good-looking juror. And I'd be like, oh, Jesus Christ, how can I get to know her?
Team.
I mean, every guy must have been in your clique, right?
my group.
Your group consisted of you and all the guys. And then all the other women were like in another clique. Am I right?
Kinda, you could say that.
Yeah,
But I
because you're
had,
really
like,
cute.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, I'm sure you know that. You got a boyfriend?
So are you.
Oh,
You're
thank
very
you.
attractive, too.
And I am single. So were all the old biddies on the jury a little bit jealous of you?
I don't know, but I think we
Come
were
on.
just, because of the age difference.
Right.
So what kind of pressure were they putting on you?
Well, it was just really very hard for me. Being a flight attendant, and my days are just totally different than I guess the rest of the jury.
Oh, come on. Let me take a guess what the
Because
pressure was. A, you're good looking. A good looking person can be out having fun. That's number one. Number two, the morons on the jury are all screaming how they're going to find him innocent. Is there a discussion beforehand? They were discussing it beforehand, weren't they?
I don't know about the rest of the jurors, but I can say I didn't.
You
and
didn't?
No one talked about it around me.
And you didn't hear them discussing it?
Oh, no.
All right. So, but somehow you get the vibe that everyone's going to find him innocent, and I think you knew he was guilty, and then you would have to be the one lone person to hold out and say he was guilty. You didn't want to go through that?
Well, I didn't, on the jury, think that they were going to vote one way or the other, but I did know that they were, the 12 that were left, I knew they were going to get together and reach a verdict because they got along so well.
Right. They were like pals.
Uh-huh.
And what happened to you, like when you would show up to the jury every day, because we couldn't see you, like, were you wearing, like, hot dresses and stuff and, like, mini dresses and things like that? I mean,
I didn't wear mini dresses.
You didn't?
But, I did wear a lot of revealing stuff.
You did?
No, I didn't.
And would OJ look you over and stuff? Would he? Good. Would you show cleavage and everything? Was Judge Ito, like, always calling you into his chamber or anything?
What was your number?
453.
And would Judge Ito look at you and stuff?
Judge Ito's great. He's a very...
He was a nice guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Christopher Darden, would he look over at you and check you out and stuff? He would.
Well, he looked at everyone. I think all the attorneys, they...
But you could tell he was interested in you, didn't he?
No, I don't.
Come on, tell the truth.
Interested in me.
When you walked in, everyone was checking you out. Like, Didn't Mark Furman ask you out? Tell the truth. He couldn't have been that racist. So, and when you were sitting there listening to, like, Furman's testimony, you didn't, like, look into his eyes and you could tell he's a racist. I mean, you were just...
Did you think he was a skinhead with hair?
Well, you know, when I did see him, I thought when he said he hadn't made a racial slur in 10 years, right away I thought, oh, he's not telling the truth.
Because somebody must have made a racial slur somewhere. And what about Marsha Clark? Did she come on to you at all?
She was nice.
She was nice.
Yeah.
Did you think she was trying to be sexy and shake her ass in the jury's face and things like that?
Well, Why are you trying to get me to say?
Well, I'm just curious. I just want to know.
These are things that were said.
We're curious. We're anxious to know.
I don't know. She did change her look, I think, a couple times, but I think she was fine.
Did you believe Cato for 1 second? Did you think he was withholding information?
I don't know, but I think he may have left some things out, but I don't know.
He sounded like he was retarded, right?
Okay.
What I need you to do is get waxed, all right? That's number one. All that cheese between your toes, out.
Oh.
So now you're locked up in a hotel room, and, you know, you're young, obviously a woman with needs.
Are the guards treating you well?
Yeah. Did you start to fall in love with anyone on the jury or the guards?
No.
That was the problem. Were jurors having sex and stuff? I mean, what do you do if you get sexual urges? Did you have to just handle it yourself? If you don't mind me asking. Yeah.
Well, there was conjugal visit nights, so that was like the night for everyone to meet their loved ones.
But you're not married.
But, yeah, no, I'm not married.
Were you allowed to have a boyfriend there?
Did I have a boyfriend there?
Yeah.
No.
You weren't allowed to bring in a boyfriend?
If you had one, yes, you could have.
Oh, you didn't have one?
No.
So you had nobody to, in a sense, service you?
In a relationship, so I didn't.
So
yeah.
what did you do for 4 months?
I did a lot of exercising.
Really? You got into shape? Well, you certainly did by judging by these pictures in Playboy. I must tell you.
Did you really like it?
Love it. I'll tell you my favorites. How was it when you were naked in the room? I mean, you're not used to that kind of stuff.
I know. I had never done anything like that before.
Had you ever been naked in front of like more than one guy at a time?
No.
Never?
No. No.
No, huh? So like when you walk in, do you just like tell you to take your clothes off? Or like you do it slow?
So funny.
I'd better be funny.
Well, when I went in, you know, naturally they wanted to see my body, and that was a bit uncomfortable.
This is just the interview.
That was the first time they saw my body.
Right. So you walk in and you say, okay, I'm up for this. They offer you the thing, but they say, hey, you got to come in and take your clothes off. Just so we can see what you look like.
Well, yeah, they had to fit you for, you know, wardrobe, and they went to see what you're buying.
So who stands there, a bunch of guys or a woman?
No, it was a photographer.
The photographer?
Yeah.
A guy?
And the wardrobe woman, yeah. A male and a female.
White guy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad you don't discriminate. Ah. You like both black men and white men, right?
You know, I really don't have a certain taste in men. Whatever I find attractive, if I see a male and he's attractive, you know, then...
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Tracy. That means there might be a chance for me.
But I do love black men, definitely.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Good answer. But you don't like Oriental men, is that true?
Like
That's
I
true.
said, whatever I
thank you.
find attractive, it's just... You know.
So you walk into the room, and they say to you, okay, baby, take off your clothes. And then what do? You just stand there?
Do you come in a robe, or are you fully
or
like
you just
in street
strip?
clothes?
I came in with street clothes, I put on a robe, and then I just took it off for him, and...
And you stood there. Were you nervous?
I wasn't, like, terrified, but I was just a bit uncomfortable at that time.
Did you get sexually stimulated from it?
No.
You did not?
No,
You had no sexual feelings while you took off your clothes in front of a man standing there watching you?
No. Not at that time, no.
Boy, you're smooth as ice. Was it a warm room, at least, or was it cold?
It was nice temperature.
And then the day of the shoot, when you go in, you got the same robe, but there's a lot more people in the room, right?
Yeah, there were, I think at all times, about 5 or 6 people.
Did any of them try to kiss you, or
Yeah.
they were professional?
They were very professional.
And then the night before, what do you have to prepare yourself? You have to shave and everything?
Well, I went through the same process that everyone goes through when they're taking new pictures.
Really?
Yeah. Mhm.
I mean, do they supply you with a person who coaches you on that?
Yeah, do they say, listen, we want this much hair on your body, or they leave that up to your discretion?
Well, when they like observe your body, like I just told you about, they tell you, oh, just get wax and you're fine.
Oh, really?
There wasn't a lot of stuff they had to do with me.
That's a fun job. Honey, look, I'm not saying I'm perfect or anything, but it is my job to evaluate you. What I need you to do is get waxed, all right? That's number one. All that cheese between your toes out.
Oh.
That's it. We can't have that. I want you to mow that crap off. All right, honey? You do it any way you want. I suggest a waxing so we don't see bumps. That's the job for me. I'd love to be the guy who stands there in the room.
calling.
It's a beautiful job. For a guy, that's a dream come true. So you were not attracted to the photographer,
He's a great guy.
but not attracted to him physically?
Well, he was attractive, yeah.
Really?
He was nice looking.
So you didn't go out with him?
No, I didn't go out with him. No.
I see. Some guys are leg men, some guys are butt men, some guys are breast men. Me? I like the vagina.
Vagina man.
I'm a
right
vagina
there.
man. Jackie. So so one of the jurors started to fall in love with you? Is that what happened? He did?
Well, I don't say that, but there was an attraction there.
What did he do to you?
I don't know, it just...
He'd rub up against you?
Well, no, that never
Like
happened.
when you had to climb into your jury seats, like he would like, like
No,
push his
that
pelvis
never
out when you walk by?
happened. No, that never
What would happen? He
words in my mouth.
would he
No.
constantly sweet talk to you and things?
Yeah, just he would talk to me a lot, and I could just tell there was an attraction there. That's all.
So did you tell him, hey, look, man, it's,
He never tried to follow you to your room or anything like that.
Well, not really. Well, it's just,
come on, tell me what happened, please. I gotta know.
Well,
I can't imagine.
There was just a little attraction there. That's all I will say. You're not going
Was
to
he
get
a-
any more out of it.
Was he aroused a lot? Could you see an arousal on him?
No.
No. No. There was no making out, though.
Oh, no.
No. A little bit.
No, there
Nothing?
wasn't any. Nothing,
But he basically
no.
said to you, hey, baby, would you like to play road? Or something like that. Stuff like that, right? Suggestive stuff.
You're so funny.
Was it like suggestive? Yeah?
Well, I could just tell that he was attracted.
Are you thinking of writing a book about it or something?
There are a lot of things that are coming up, and we'll see.
Oh. Have you seen him since the trial?
No.
Has he been in touch?
No, I haven't really talked to anyone.
I see. And what about the female guards? Did they ever try to come on to you?
No.
They did not?
No.
No one had any lesbianism?
No.
You did not go for that at all. You are strictly into men.
Yes.
Too bad.
So now, when you went to Judge Ito and said, look, I can't take this anymore, what did he say to you?
Well,
I want you to sit down and shut your mouth.
that was back like in April, like right before I, actually left in March. And I remember going up there and I said, you know what, I can't take this anymore. There's just a combination. I was crying and I had it at that point. And like I said, I'm normally the most laid back person.
Yeah, what would you do in your room all day? Did you just read a book?
Well, I didn't stay in my room all day, but I did a lot of reading, and I did, like I said, I exercised a lot. There was a movie room. You could watch, like...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
you
cool.
could, play games,
Good movies or like junky black and white movies?
Oh, no, they had good movies.
Really?
That were out, yeah.
Well, that sounds like what I do anyway.
Yeah, it would have been my life. I could have handled it.
I could handle. In fact, I'm looking for a
I
break.
did that this weekend.
Yeah, it seems like a vacation, but it wasn't because you were just surrounded by the same group of people day in and day out.
Is the
Yeah,
food
that
any
might
good?
have been tough.
At the beginning, like the first week, I thought the food was great.
Right.
Then we started having the same thing over and over and over, and you get kind of tired of it, so...
Right.
Yeah.
Did anybody ever try to bribe you or anything to your vote? No, nothing like that went on. Jury
No.
tampering?
No.
Too bad.
None of that.
That would have been really good. Well, here you are now, naked and Playboy. I'll tell you my favorite picture. I'll show you exactly my favorite picture. Right here, you standing up against this curtain.
Oh, yeah, I like that too.
I like
I've
that.
had several people tell me that was...
Got a lot of attitude, that picture. Got your
Now, how
hands.
did Mom and Dad feel about
Oh, they're thrilled.
Playboy thing?
Oh, Mom and Dad are really happy their daughter is nude in a magazine. Yeah. This is by the way, let me recreate the pose since you can't show it here on TV. It's Tracy standing up against the wall like this.
Ah, okay.
And you can't, like, her chest is a little bit covered, but you see the part of the body that I like the most.
I see. Your favorite part.
I'm a vagina man, I'll admit it. Some guys are leg men, some guys are butt men, some guys are breast men. Me? I like the vagina.
Vagina man.
I'm a
right
vagina
there.
man. I'll be honest with you, Tracy, you know how to pose. I'm telling you, I like it. You are sexy.
Well, tell me about Mom and Dad.
You know, they... Well, now they accept it. Before they, they think it's, my mom thinks it's great. I mean,
Really?
She's Playboy, yeah.
So they were
she
pissed
likes
at first?
She likes the pictures.
Yeah.
She likes the pictures.
Your dad was pissed? Very pissed.
Oh.
But,
Is he talking to you?
Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah,
is.
now it's
Did he yell at you and stuff? Hey, Tracy, I don't want you doing this crap.
But now they're fine with it.
Yeah.
Really? That's hard for a dad.
Yeah, but my mom, they love the pictures. I think they're very tasteful.
They do?
Yeah.
Oh, so your dad looked at them?
Oh, you had to see him.
He did?
boy.
Your did he look at him in front of you?
Yeah.
He did? Oh.
Like, just briefly, just like, oh, okay. I don't want to see it.
Is there any chance? I heard a rumor your mother's going to be in June Penthouse. Is that true?
No.
No.
Shut up.
I'm going to put your dad in Playgirl if he wants. Well, let me tell you something, Tracy. It's a pleasure to meet you.
You too.
We will all buy Playboy this month. As a matter of fact, on the cover is some girl in a schoolgirl outfit. I personally think you should have been on the cover. That's just my personal opinion. You look very beautiful. I like the stiletto heels. I like your legs very much. I'm a leg man. And I like when you're laying down in your bustier. I like you on your back in a shirt with your chest fully exposed. You think I could touch your leg? Just kidding. I'll pass on that.
But did you want to see me naked, or?
Yeah, can we see you naked
Okay,
now?
look in the magazine.
Oh, very good. And do you think any of the OJ attorneys would go home and think about you at night and pleasure themselves to your image?
I don't know.
I bet you they did. I know I'll be doing that tonight.